Hey, so we have this problem and it wants us to find the vertical asymptotes and the horizontal asymptotes and give our solutions as functions of x and y. All right, so first thing I'm going to try and do is, I'm going to write my function first. F of n is equal to 5 times n squared minus 15n minus 90 over negative 2n squared minus 8n plus 24. All right. The first thing I'm going to get is I'm going to get my horizontal asymptote. Now, I see that my numerator has n squared, and that's the highest degree that I have. That's the highest exponent number that I have. So to get my horizontal asymptote, I'm going to look at the fraction that the exponents make, the fraction that the coefficients make. So my horizontal asymptote is equal to y is equal to 5 over negative 2. I'm going to write this as negative 5 over positive 2 just because it'll look a little prettier. This is my answer for my horizontal asymptote. If, like, for example, if I had 5n squared minus 15n minus 90 over, let's say it was just 8n, then the degree of my numerator is 2. The degree of my denominator is 1. There's an understood 1 right there. So there's no horizontal asymptote. And then if the degree of the denominator is bigger than the degree of the numerator, like if we had negative 15n minus 90 over um, negative 2n squared minus 8n plus 24. Alrighty, so in this case, we said that there is no horizontal asymptote. In this case, the horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 0. That's always the case because of this 2 in the denominator and the 1 in the numerator. And in this one, we had a 2 in the numerator and a 1 in the denominator. So these are just kind of helpful hints to always, whoops, for these problems. These are your cases with your horizontal asymptotes. All right. Now that we've gotten that bird taken care of, let's look at our horizontal asymptotes. So I'm going to rewrite my function down here. F of n is equal to negative 5, or it's positive 5n squared minus 15n minus 90 over negative 2n squared minus 8n plus 24. All right. To get my vertical asymptotes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and factor my denominator. Well, one thing I see that I can do is I can take a 2 out. Before I do anything, I'm going to take a negative 2 out. So looking at my denominator for your vertical asymptotes, you look at your denominator of your fraction. So we have negative 2n squared minus 8n plus 24. I'm going to factor out a negative 2, and I'm going to get negative 2 times n squared plus 4n minus 12. All right. Now I'm going to try and factor this term, and I'm going to look at the factors of negative 12 and see if there's any that add up to get positive 4. I could have negative 12 and 1, negative 6 and 2, negative 4 and 3, negative 3 and 4, negative 2 and 6, and negative 1 and 12. All right. And then if I add any of these up, I'll see that the only one that gives me positive 4 is this one right here. If I add these, I get positive 4. So this is what my term factors as. This factors as negative 2 times n minus 2 times n plus 6. All right. Now that I know that, I can figure out my horizontal asymptotes, because my horizontal asymptotes occur when this denominator that we just solved for is equal to 0. So negative 2 times n minus 2 times n plus 6 equal to 0. That means either this is going to be 0 or this is going to be 0. So n minus 2 equal to 0, or n plus 6 is equal to 0. Ready? I'm going to add 2, subtract 6, and I'm going to get n is equal to 2 or n is equal to negative 6. These are the lines. These are my vertical asymptotes. N is equal to 2 and n is equal to negative 6. Because if I plug either one of these into my original function, my denominator is going to be equal to 0, which can't happen. So these are my vertical asymptotes.